of the Varg by Sri L.O.G. Rao and Srimati Anupamaji. What was the content of the Varg and the participants and their backgrounds? All these things we know. They are all from different countries. They are Swayamsevaks and Sevikas in their countries where Hindu Swayamsevak Sangh is working. As we all know, Hindus have migrated from this land from time immemorial to the different and distant corners of the world. Today, Hindus can be found in more than 150 countries. There are over 1 billion Hindus on this planet. The Hindu, as a religion, is the third largest, we all know very well. It is said that sun never sets in Hindu diaspora. Hindus have been residing in so many countries, contributing to the national development in the adopted countries. The Hindu Swayamsevak Sangh, the Hindu organization in so many countries, more than 55 countries at present. And every 2-3 years, 1 or 2 countries are added in last 10 years. And this type of camps are held every 4 years once in Bharat particularly, although on 2 occasions we had the camps in Kenya and Trinidad in the past. Apart from the camps that are being held in those countries, they all come together here, Bharat, in different cities. We have conducted camps earlier. The Hindu Swayamsevak Sangh, with the help of the local Dattatreya Hosabale Karyakartas, they organize the camps. The Hindu Swayamsevak Sangh that is working in various countries are independent non-profit organizations in their respective countries. They are all inspired by the Dattatreya Hosabale Sangh because of its philosophy, the methodology, the organizational practices, and the emphasis that it lays on. That is man-making and character building. Pay back to the society. Organize yourself so that you can turn out better and for longer. And also you can protect yourself from any onslaughts. And they are not few. Why a Hindu organization is required in other countries? In fact, it is not required in Bharat, but it became a necessity. That's why it was started. In reality, it is required in other countries. It is not because to practice some religious rituals. It is to transmit the great cultural values and civilizational wisdom of Hindus to the next generation in their countries where they are now living. The Hindu organization is required to see the great cultural values that can be practiced by anybody in the humankind. Hindu organization is required to play an important role in establishing world peace and achieving coexistence. Hindu organization is required to make further contributions for the welfare of the mankind. Hindu organization is required to give this approach to nature about which just now our chief guest was talking of. Hindu view of life and the Hindu way of life, they have been contributing to the humankind in a number of ways. The cultural practices of and achievements of Hindus in the past have been well recognized, respected, and many a time followed by the rest of the world. And just now Ricky K was referring to Pandit Ravi Shankar and the music. Music is one civilizational contribution to the cultural arena of the world from the Hindus. So there is a need for the Hindus to get organized. There is also a need. What's happening in Bangladesh today? Before 1947, what was Bangladesh? And 100 years before that, the Hindus reduced and the part was cut off from the mainland. And when Hindus become minority, they are attacked. Their homes, their temples, their families, they have to live in perpetual fear. It has been experienced in different parts of the world, unfortunately, that the Hindus have been targets at some time. In most of the cases, other than these unfortunate incidents, the people belonging to other races, civilizations, and cultural backgrounds have accepted, acknowledged, respected the Hindus and their practices. What is the reason? It is because Hindus have lived with peace. They are law-abiding citizens. They are peace-loving citizens. Hindus are non-invading race. In the last 6,000 years of Hindus' history, we have never invaded any country, never enslaved any people. We are proud of this history. We are proud of this culture. We are proud of our contribution to the humanity and humankind. Is it a sin to be proud of one's own past? Is it not necessary to follow those good practices even today for the welfare of humanity and also to protect our nature, the environment, our planet? Hindus are non-converting people. Hindus have gone to different corners of the world. There are only two countries who claim themselves as non-Indic Hindu. Hindus are there. One is Bali and another is Vietnam. And one more is Nepal, of course. So in all those countries where they have gone with a message, an experience of civilizational living. People from this country moved as indentured laborers to different corners of the world during the colonial period. They carried one copy of Ramcharitmanas and a handful of earth from their surroundings in their villages. And they lived there. They contributed to the nation's reconstruction, the national development. You will not find Hindus in good number in any jails of any country. The least crime is committed by, that too a very small minor things, maybe some violation of some traffic rules or some such thing. By and large, you don't find Hindus in many countries in jails and prisons. They are not becoming a headache. They are law abiding. They contributed to the wealth of their adopted countries. So such Hindus have to be organized. And Hindus are organizing themselves so that we can contribute better. So that our succeeding generations will live with those cultural values and civilizational wisdom. Hindu Swayamsevak Sangh is contributing towards this end. As our chief guest mentioned about the challenges that the humankind is facing, one of them is no doubt the ecological, the environmental challenges. There is also intolerance on the basis of religion, race, racial discriminations. There are also challenges about our socio-culture, in our socio-cultural sphere. Families are breaking. Mutual faith and trust is a deficit. These challenges can be faced effectively by adopting the values, the universal values, the human values that have been preached and practiced by our forefathers who are great rishis and sages. Their approach to nature, their family practices, their approach to a different religion, their outlook towards another ritual, their acceptance and respecting of the practices of others. Why Hindus have lived like this? It is because they feel, experience, they preach, they understand that the whole world is one family. Udara Charitanantu Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam Akila Vishwam Ekanidam. This has been ingrained in the minds of Hindus from generations. So such people are the assets on this planet. So the Hindu Swayamsevak Sangh has been active in various parts of the world, learning these things. As it has already been told in the report of the camp by both Varg and Vargadikari. So to learn, to pick up about the Hindu values, the dharma, the present challenges. Today only we had a session by the Sarvadikari on the sustainable development and environmental things. In addition to that, we had chief guest mentioning about it and his own practice in his life. Ricky KG, as I mentioned, he has seen the model in his own father, who he respectfully mentions as a Swayamsevak Sangh. Incidentally, there are Karyakartas here from Myanmar also. The challenges that the humanity faces has to be addressed not by Hindus alone. We have to create an atmosphere where the people from different backgrounds, they identify these challenges as the challenges before humanity and find answers, and there we can play a role. We can contribute to that. And for that, an organized, self-confident Hindu community in so many countries, they have to come forward. They have to provide leadership. They have to provide leadership in their countries where they are living, in the field of education, culture, environmental protection, human rights, and also protect themselves if something wrong happens to them. Many times such occasions also do arise. If there is distortion of Hindu history, if there is wrong depiction of Hindu culture in some textbooks in some country, if there is some law is being enacted in some parliament in some country which goes against the interests of the Hindus, somebody has to raise the voice. So an organized Hindu society should also raise the voice. When we say Hindu organization, it is not with a narrow parochial outlook. If Hindus live as an organized society, they are the guarantee for the welfare of the humanity. The Hindu organization is the guarantee for the world's protection of world's nature, the nature around us. The organized Hindu society is a guarantee for good families. And we have to set such examples. Unfortunately, they are doing it. So now, because of our organizational activities, the Swayamsevaks and Sevikas in those countries have not only confined themselves to Hindu community. The seva activities that are run by the Swayamsevaks and Hindu Swayamsevak Sangh in many countries have extended the seva activities to the local people who may not be Hindus. Number of seva activities are being conducted. I do not want to take a list of that. And also provide better leadership. One Guru Vandana program in the United States has created vibes. The student respecting his teacher, touching his or her feet, and showing respect because you are my Guru. A simple, ordinary act considering in Bharat, people may think because it's everyday thing. But when this was performed by Hindu Swayamsevaks and Karyakartas in America, the local American teachers, men and women, they were in tears. So, our our good practices can bring people together. World is one family is not just a slogan. We have to see that these things are realized by our practices or by behavior, by through various activities to reach out to people in multiple ways. So that's why I said Hindu Swayamsevaks and Karyakartas have extended the seva activities to the local people, organizing them. There are dharma followers who appreciate the Bharatiya values, the culture, the music, the cuisine, the painting, our literature. So, people of those who are also trying to see that the humanity lives with such value-based thoughts and their practices which will embrace the entire humankind, we have to reach out to them. That's why the Hindu organization is not a narrow-minded, we for ourselves kind of organization. We want to embrace all people in the world. So that's why the Swayamsevaks have reached out to the local host communities. There are a number of ways. Yoga is there, music is there. We say Sanyogi Ave, Sangeet, Yoga, Gita, Ved, Ayurveda. All these great contributions to the humankind have to be practiced, otherwise they will become museum pieces. Hindu civilization is a living civilization. Hindu culture is a living culture. And to ensure that the organized effort like Hindu Swayamsevak Sangh is required. And there is a responsibility on Swayamsevaks in those countries also. As far as possible, we should try to learn the local languages, adopt certain good practices, those people. And also, I need not underline, as citizens of those countries, every Hindu has a duty towards that nation where we are earning our bread. Contribute to the development of the nation. And we all know that Hindus have been doing it wonderfully. And also have connect with Bharat. This is the Matrabhumi, this is the Janmabhumi. And that is the Karmabhumi. And for the second and third generation Hindus, that may be Matrabhumi, but this is Prerana Bhumi. So this connect is required because it will ensure our cultural and civilizational practices to be on right lines. So we all have spent some 15 days here, and the people have extended their wonderful cooperation. This camp, like the previous ones, has become a successful, memorable camp, I believe. And Hindus in Bharat and Hindus anywhere in the world, we have to resolve that we work for the unity of humankind and protection of nature, and we have to see that we really not only believe but practice that the whole world is one family. And this all can be succinctly, it can be put in one word, that is, as the prayer of Hindu Swayamsevak Sangh says, Vishwa Dharma Prakashena Vishwa Shanti Pravartake. Vishwa Dharma के लिए विश्व धर्म विकासार्थम प्रभो संघटिता वयम. We are organized to establish this universal dharma, and in the light of that Vishwa Dharma, universal dharma, we want to establish the Vishwa Shanti, the world peace. Let us rededicate ourselves to this great and noble cause. Namaskar.